Previously on Game News Live. All right, so we have something for rumor control this week. Leaked Capcom documents point to Resident Evil 4 VR coming to Oculus headsets. I'm interested in VR. I'm trying to get a VR headset, and I'm looking for that killer app that I just need to have, right? But then it seems like with Oculus or any other headset that you have, it's either a hit or miss on if it's on that platform or this platform or whatever. But if it's going to Oculus, if it's going to Oculus, does that mean that it's only Oculus? Does that mean like they might have it for like the HTC
Vive or the Index
or something like that?
Yeah. They may decide to go both ways. They just might have it set for only Oculus at the moment.
Yeah.
So
this doesn't really surprise me though.
Yeah. From what I've heard, and go on. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, like, it doesn't surprise me that Resident Evil games, the IP itself, is going on an entire, like, let's just make more money off of the original content and slap some brand new stuff on it. Or let's just remake it and do this and give you half of the game that the original one was, right? Because even all the remakes right now have been a short version of it. Kind of like how Final Fantasy VII is going a little bit more like, what is it, like episode type? Where you get like certain amounts of the game at certain releases.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII it's basically, or the remake, it's kind of part 1 of 3 of the original Final Fantasy game. So
I thought it was only 1 or 2. Didn't know it was gonna be 3.
Well, no. So they're saying it's gonna have a part 2, but I went through the remake. I have not played the original because I don't like turn-based games, but it's like, from what people are telling me who are big Final Fantasy nerds, they're telling me that where this game, where remake part 1 ends, you're only about a third of the way through the story. And I was like,
I guess that makes sense.
Weird, but okay.
Yeah, that is a little weird though.
Yeah.
I don't
but
think
Joe, as far as
I don't think I like that kind of thing where you're like just expecting the entire game like Final Fantasy VII, but then you just get ripped. You know what I mean? It's just like you charge full price for this thing.
Look, it's Harry Potter part 7, first part, and then the second part releases. You know,
Gauntlet of whatever.
They took The Hobbit, which is a short story, and made 3 17-hour movies out of it.
I get.
Come on, like,
now you're just squeezing it out.
Yeah, it's like
putting too much story into one little short story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like whatever. As far as a killer app, though, if that's what you're waiting on, from what I'm told, I have not played it, but I've seen some footage of it. I'm told Half-Life Alyx is amazing.
Yeah, I've heard only good things about that.
Ben has gone through it, and he has enjoyed it.
Yeah. And I also heard that it doesn't require like a huge beefy PC just to be able to play it. Like the settings are going to be almost identical no matter if you do it on low or maximum. So it's
cool.
I think Digital Foundry did a video on it, and it was just like, yeah, we hit it on max, and it looks almost the exact same thing as if it does on low. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess is that exclusive only to
Index?
Yeah.
No, it can be played on the Vive and Oculus, but it's obviously through Steam. So.
Yeah. If anybody on the live chats wants to recommend a headset, I am seriously looking for what would be the best choice at this point in time, or maybe I should hold off and wait for.
So
Facebook.
Yogincha has a point here, but because this is what we talked about a few weeks ago. Yogincha's saying, I wonder if the forced Facebook link will do any real damage to their sales. So keep that in mind if you're looking at any of the Oculus stuff. You're giving Facebook more access to your life at that point.
Yeah. At that point, it's just we're almost at the point of the Matrix where they're just gonna jack into my brain. Just be done with it.
I mean, that would make things so much easier.
No lag.
We're just not there yet. Right. Yeah, no lag, bro. Let's do this. Frame rate's amazing.
So yeah, that's for rumor control. Resident Evil 4 VR coming to Oculus headsets. I'm sure it won't be an exclusive, or at least I hope it won't be.
So
they may make it for the PlayStation VR as well.
So Chuck, who you know, a buddy of ours here in Las Vegas, he has no problem playing horror games. Like, he's unlike myself, where I'm a giant wuss, I can't do it. But he was playing Resident Evil 7, and then he tried playing it on his PlayStation VR, and even he was like, I can't do this. Like, this is too intense. Like, I am scared to death of this game.
It's more immersive in VR.
Yeah. Yeah, so if they did Resident Evil 4 in VR, I mean, it'd be cool. It'd be cool to see. That was a great game anyway, but I'd be interested to see. It was more action-y than horror, so I think it would do well in VR.
Would you be able?
Resident Evil 7 was more creepy than action.
Would you put on the headset?
I'd put on the headset and play something nice and kid-friendly.
Nintendogs or something equivalent to the Nintendo.
My dog. I'd be like, Clay, you know you have 2 dogs, right? I'd be like, it's a VR dog. Don't you remember when we were at E3 and you made me play Outlast in VR just so you could film it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was special.
That was painful, man. That hurt my soul, man.
Yeah.
Umbert's Game is saying only 2 options he recommends is the Vive and Index. He has Index controllers, which basically similar to like moving your fingers in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Not fully like a glove or anything, but it works pretty well. And the Vive works pretty good. They do not have the original Vive. He probably would recommend the Pro.
Oh, the one with the higher res.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. The HTC Vive. It seems like that's where a lot of people are going if they want to do more than just like. I'm looking for something that also has possibility of leg capture, right? So like a full
I was going to say,
capture.
I've never used an Index. I've used both an Oculus and a Vive, where the Vive actually it gave you the improvements of being able to do like those little, whatever they call them, like stations around your
the
room.
base stations, lighthouses.
Yeah. So to where it'll track your movement like in a 3D space also, like just like sitting at a desk in VR.
Right.
Does the Index do that as well, or is it just okay?
They have base stations as well.
Okay. Well, that's cool then.
Interesting.